Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Mike 20! Mike 49! Here it comes! 35. 49. Hey, Shift! Mike 49. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go.
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
49 to Mike. Here we go. 49, check 49, check 49. 52 and 56, 52 and 56. There you go, get down. Hey, color.
From the 24, Fitzpatrick looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. Call it a gain of 5, and they're going to have a third down. Well, Fitzpatrick with a completion there, and of course he's a journeyman, but the people in Buffalo know him because one of his stops on his journey was here as a starter for the Bills from 2009 to 2012. Buffalo was 20-33 in those starts before he would ship off to Tennessee in 2013.
You can't block me. Go ahead. Left. 58, come on. Watch QB drop.
Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
First down, Dolphins.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Drake. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
It's complete to Drake. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Throw left side, complete. It's Drake. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Bills will go first and 10 at their own 21.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Switch it.
This is the 3rd-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
55. Get the ball. Got double tight.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant.
Throwing again. Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Devin Singletary there. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Mike 5-5. Round 80. 5-5. Hey.
Now Allen again. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Croft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll look to run with Singletary. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary taking it in as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. The Raiders are out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First down, Miami.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. And this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the toss play, this is Drake. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Mike 20. Mike 49. 65. 65. 65. Can I go 5-0 here? 49. 49, guys. Mike 49.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Allen. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Allen. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now it's Gore. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Tell you what, you need the tough yards. You can still turn to the 36-year-old Frank Gore, now in his 15th season in the league. 10 in San Francisco, the 3 in Indy, quick stop in Miami. And now in Buffalo and still making it happen. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Charles Harris in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
They've converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the 2nd round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
To return is Roberts. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And able to find John Brown. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Fielded at about the 28, and he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Let's get it.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's been a long day for you.
On play action, Fitzpatrick. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Lorenzo Alexander able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Singletary. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check, 55 to Mike. Check, Lucky.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, it's Drake. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, Kenyon Drake, he was kind of underutilized last year when Adam Gase was head coach, only 7 starts. But now he's going to get a chance under new head coach Brian Flores to really showcase his talent. He certainly flashed his diverse playmaking abilities a season ago. 9 touchdowns, 5 through the air, and 4 on the ground.
49.
Jeff, go Jeff. Feel it.
On 2nd down, it's Drake, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Fitzpatrick. He'll buy some time right. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 50-yard line.
49. 49.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Fitzpatrick gets this to Parker, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
11 yards there, first down. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
50.
Mike 20.
Mike 58, right there. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And it's caught. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kalen Ballage in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. They will run with Singletary. Matt Longacre, the one to bring him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part,
a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lorenzo Alexander in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Hey, Alpha!
Throwing on second and long. Fitzpatrick, he's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Albert Wilson, 87 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the toss, it's Gore. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
6 man. Check.
152. Pilot, 64. Win.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. Smith catches left side. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Allen now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Allen, going to throw again. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you evolved. You've learned how to play it the Madden way.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jones. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st down, Singletary. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That one good for 33 and a 1st. A great run, yes, but something you pointed out to me on film is when they get outside the tackles, their wide receivers are really good at blocking.
And this is a team that values those wide receivers actually blocking. They actually get congratulated and noted for their blocking during a game. They can have a 10-catch game, but if they don't block well, it's going to be a long week for them in practice.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen now to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's a bootleg with Fitzpatrick. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards, a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
I smell fear in that offense. Every time. I smell fear in that offense. What is that?
Milage. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
General West.
Mark 49. No chance. Hey, Jack 20.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. It's caught right side, it turns. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run here with Milage. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Stop your running.
On 3rd and 1, here's Fitzpatrick. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Ballage with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Sanders now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Next to score, Dolphins 21, Bills 11.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bills take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. And he rifles one incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm going to run you over. Hustle up now.
Again, it's Balaj. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Rolling to his left. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this...
Here's 1st and 10. They run it with Balaj. The tackle there by Breanne Body Calhoun. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Levi Wallace. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Fitzpatrick. And Wilson has it. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
We got heavy. Everybody scoot up.
Off the bootleg. Fitzpatrick. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They go play action. Fitzpatrick to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Get ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And here's Allen, throwing again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From midfield, here's Allen. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That one goes for 24 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. Can become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Allen now on first down. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
On 2nd and 15 now. Fitzpatrick, and over the middle, this is Parker. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Hey, wahoo!
First down, Fitzpatrick. Now a short one to Gesicki. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Slam.
Come. There you go, get down.
Motion. 58.
Now Balaj. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
58,
Right back to him on first down. Jerry Hughes on the stop.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And they'll run it here. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it. And now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drop.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up. But they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 55 yards as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel Feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunks.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The Raiders there have opened a 2-touchdown advantage. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. And to give this time to the tailback. And some room to maneuver. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. He's made one and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. They go with the screen to Gore. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
27 yards there, a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And Jones has it over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Allen again. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure of the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike, 49.
You must be dreaming.
What can Fitzpatrick do in the OT? They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Are you crediting your defense?
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Now Fitzpatrick. He's got his man on the crossing route. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them. No pickup.
Here we go. Bang, bang.
They'll try and run with Balaj. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Regular.
On play action, Fitzpatrick. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Fitzpatrick now. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Off to Wilson it goes on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
Now it's a bootleg with Fitzpatrick. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
They come out here in the eye. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Here's a run with Balaj. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Rolling to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Kalen Balaj out of the backfield. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. A complete shank. It's no good. Off to the right, and that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. The Dolphins get there. this time, and they bring him down. Christian Wilkins in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter, and if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.